Hi, Fluff. Welcome to Parental Vision podcast.
Hello, hello. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I wouldn't have it any other way. How you feeling?
Feeling good. How you?
I'm doing okay. Happy to see you.
Marvelous Tuesday.
Marvelous Tuesday. Let's
Indeed it
get
is.
started.
So what's up? What we talking about today?
Obviously, you're here because you're a father. So
Indeed.
tell me about your children.
So I have an 8-year-old named Mason. Coolest kid in the world, by the way. Has a strange addiction to Eminem music.
Really?
Fortnite, and just a cool kid all the way around. Got a 2-year-old named Elias that he swear he's like Mr. Macho Man or something like that. Walks around with his chest bulked out. But save my kids, you know what I'm saying? Those are like the best things that I have going on right now, to be honest.
That's beautiful. So tell me, how old were you when you first became a father, and what were those initial feelings like when you became a parent?
Um so I was 19 turning 20. My son was born the week after my birthday. So I literally turned 20 and then I turned 20 and then he was born. And to be honest, for the longest I thought I couldn't have kids. Like 'cause,
Why?
I started at a young age and never really used protection
Oh my God.
and just assumed that I couldn't have kids. So when it was brought to my attention, um I was excited, but at the same time I was like, damn, because me and this girl haven't really been together for that long. So
How long were
like,
you guys together?
I want to say between 3 and 6 months,
Okay.
but it's been a while now, so I really don't remember. But I know it was a very short, not enough to have a kid with someone. So, yeah.
I'm sure, like you being very young, you had dreams, goals, aspirations. Do you think any of that was hindered by you becoming a father at such a young age? And how did you get ready also?
Definitely. If you asked me coming out of high school how many kids I wanted, I would tell you 0. So from that to that, it was like, damn, how am I supposed to chase these dreams? Um, big with the camera stuff and traveling, and I wanted to see the world, and I wanted to do this and that, and so it kind of put it on pause for a little bit.
Okay. And what were some of the ways you got ready before the baby got here or when he got here?
Well, at the time, I was still talking to my family. Right now, we don't have the best relationship, but at the time, I was still talking to my grandmother and my mom, and her mom helped a lot. So like, we were just two kids having a kid, and luckily we had the support of both of our families there to help us. So
Do you think that's important? Do you think the term "it takes a village to raise a child"? Do you think that's true?
oh, definitely, I think it takes mothers, grandparents, even the people at school. Like when it comes to like school, I could remember my teacher from kindergarten. You know what I'm saying? Like it just whoever makes that impact. You know what I'm saying? I used to be heavily in the Boys and Girls Club. I have a lot of mentors just out of there alone, so definitely would agree with that.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Your kids, do both of them have the same mom or different mothers or?
Nah, they got the same name though. Both their moms got the same name, so it makes it easier for me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How did you even do that? Like what?
Um. Well, to be honest, this is a funny story. So, both their names are Destiny. So, when I started talking to my second baby mom, everyone called her Des. Like, even I went to high school with her. Everybody called her Des, referred to her as Des. So I just assumed that her name. I do a lot of assuming, and it fucks me up. But I just assumed that her name was like Desiree or something like that. Coming to find out, her name was Destiny, and it was a little bit too late. And I was falling for this girl, so what I'm supposed to do? This ain't Build-A-Bear. Just gotta take it. You know what I'm saying?
And how old were you when you had your second child?
My second child, 26.
26. Were you ready for another baby or?
Oh yeah,
He was planned?
yeah. He was planned, and I prayed for him actually. And I'm not even that big on like religion or anything, but I was really head over heels for the girl I was with at the time, and we thought she couldn't have a kid, The doctors told us that if she were to get pregnant, she'd have to be hospitalized, like
Oh,
24.
bed rest. Yeah.
Yeah, or we would just lose our child. So like me and her both got healthy. We started drinking more water, working out, got more active in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? And we literally got on our knees on the side of our bed and prayed for this kid, and we prayed for a boy, and we got it.
And God answered your prayers.
It did.
That is absolutely beautiful. I never knew that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So tell me, what were you like growing up as a child? What's your background like?
So I come from a split home, so I grew up seeing my mom and dad go back on the child support and fighting and this, that, the other, you know what I'm saying? So I think I had the best of both worlds. My mother was the one hard worker, do everything by the books, worked the regular 9 to 5. She actually had like 3 jobs, maintaining me and my 2 older sisters. And then my dad was more like from the hood. He always trying to hustle, make that quick buck, flip this, flip that. He'll buy something to sell it in 5 minutes just to get that $2 come up. You know what I'm saying? So I think I got the best of both worlds, and both of them collided together, and it made me who I am today. So,
Oh wow. Okay, but did it bother you that the fighting? How did the fighting and the back and forth affect you internally?
it was a lot. It was a lot because like growing up, like you know, my mom. I'm not trying to down her or anything like that, but you know what I'm saying? She was trying to find love. So it was constant men in and out the house. She had one guy that I ended up like getting a bond with. The dude used to take me to the park, this, that, the other. Play football with me, and my dad doesn't do any of that. My dad's just a straight hustler. So he didn't know about the sports. He didn't know about any of that type of stuff. So like my mom brings this guy into my life. Like I get attached to him. Come to find out, he got a whole other family on the side.
Wow.
And it kind of like tore it, like she felt it, but I felt it too. And then you know, I could like literally remember my mom and dad pulling me from arm to arm, physically fighting over me. My mom, and then people don't realize the kids are watching us grow up.
Right.
So like I didn't at the time. I'm like, damn, this my mom and dad, and like my mom would do a lot of petty stuff. Like if he had to pick me up at 4:00 and he got there at 4:03, she pulling off, and he got to try next week. Not even tomorrow. Not even. Yeah, he got to try next week. Like, oh, sorry, you're late. You're 3 minutes late. Try again next week. You know what I'm saying? And I really didn't understand that. Like as a kid, I'm like, damn. Like now there goes my weekend with my dad, and my dad's house. I'm outside. My mom's house. She keeping me inside. So like I really look forward to going to my dad's on the weekends, being outside with my friends and stuff like that. And it wasn't until I grew up that I was like, damn, they were what I'm doing today. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like going through that breakup, going through those feelings. Because at the end of the day, you still, you know what I'm saying? Those feelings don't just go away out of nowhere.
Right.
So a lot of that fighting, I'm pretty sure has some feeling behind it.
Absolutely. Did you ever tell your mom how you felt about her kind of keeping you from your father?
No.
No? How come you never spoke up?
I've always been afraid of my mom.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
Even now?
Nah. Not now. Now, I feel like I'm way too like independent. I'm way too outspoken.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've learned a lot of lessons already, even at my age.
Mm.
It's crazy that she taught me. Like she turned me into her, and I just found my voice. You know what I'm saying? Me and her had a fallout a couple years ago, and I think it's mainly because of that. She's not used to that. She's not used to. So any type of response back to my mother is disrespect.
That's how they are, though.
But
Our generation of parents.
yeah. But we gotta fix that because somebody gotta put their pride down. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
If my son gonna tell me what I'm doing wrong,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Out of everyone, let me just listen to my son. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. You believe in apologizing to your children when you're wrong, or it's like, no, I said what I said, get over it. How do you?
Nah, I apologize to my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our parents didn't apologize to us, though.
No.
That's why I asked.
So I miss my grandmother, man. My grandmother saved me from a lot of ass whoopings. I'm not gonna lie.
Everybody's grandmother saved them from
Yeah.
ass
Yeah,
whoopings. I
rest in
miss
peace.
mine too. Yeah, that was your mom's mom or your dad's mom?
My mom's mom. My dad's mom was more like, get him. Like,
Are you serious?
Hell yeah.
Shout out to her though still.
Shit,
Do you think that you're discipline, your mom disciplining you, or your father, do you think that it was effective, or you think you could have did without it?
Funny thing. So my mother, I needed my mother's discipline because my dad had me so like he lived in the hood. So every weekend I'd be in the hood.
Mm.
I begged my mom to go with my dad at all times. I just craved being outside, being, you know what I'm saying, doing stuff because my mother kept me sheltered from everything. Um, but at the same time, that backlashed on my father because the one time that he actually did put his hands on me, he did hit me with the belt. We ended up getting into a physical fight.
You fought your father.
I fought him 3 times.
How
Yeah.
come?
Like I said, the first time, I think I was just young and dumb.
Mm.
Um, he had hit me with the belt, and it like escalated, and then he put his fist up as if he was fighting a real man from the street.
Mm.
And I honestly, I remember that the first time I fought him because I'm looking at my dad, and he got his fist up as if like he really about to fight me,
Like you're the enemy.
like I'm some dude on the street.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, bet, so let's do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? And yeah.
Wow. And how did that affect you guys' relationship as of today?
Um, he's actually trying now. Like I said, we fought 2 other times after that
Mm-hmm.
because of disrespect and family issues, like stuff like that. And I'm not gonna lie, that man does not give up. He wants a relationship with me. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta give him the credit where it's due. I don't talk to anyone in my family. I don't talk to my mother, my sisters. I don't talk to my grandmother. But it's because they in a box. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to do more than that box. And I feel like sometimes when you're like that, when you like the black goat, you know
Go
what I'm
against
saying?
the grain. Yep.
When you go against it, they see you as weird. They see you as like
An outsider.
you're not falling into place type of thing. Like, oh,
Yeah.
why can't he just be settled with that 9 to 5? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
or why can't he just do what I'm telling him to do? Like, I know it'll work out for him. Like,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? And I'm not like that.
People don't usually believe in your dreams until your dreams come true.
100%.
So I think that's where it kind of stems from. But if they were to come to you to try to rectify, do you believe in forgiveness?
100%. Especially with my family. I love my mother. Before me and her had our fallout, that's one of my best friends
Mm.
out of everyone. She the one. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't really know about sports. Like I said, my dad wasn't like that. So she came to my football games. She came to my wrestling matches. She came to my baseball games. You know what I'm saying? Like, she loved cheering me on. She loved. I remember one time I quit football in high school, and she looked at me and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, I had a little girlfriend at the time, and she was like, "Maybe you should quit and get a job." So I'm like, "Yeah, you right." And then my mom heard about it. My mom was like, "I buy you everything. What are you doing? Like, have fun as a kid.
Mm.
You're not gonna get this no more." Like, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, me and her are mad cool. Is that she can't put her pride down. I've done it already. Like, we've had like a couple fallouts, and I've always been the one to put my pride aside and be like, "I'm sorry, but I'm done doing that." You know what I'm saying? I can't be the wrong one every single time.
Absolutely. If you and your kids, heaven forbid, if when they grow up, if you guys ever had a falling out, would you go to them and try to make it right, or would you wait for them to come to you?
Every single time I run to my kids, they can have whatever they want. Honestly, I don't even. And again, like, I can't predict the future. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see that happening only because I'm a clear, I'm clear thinking, and I'm easy to communicate with, and like we could get past anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I see it. Like you said earlier, our parents, they from the old times,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, no, this and this is that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, shit. When I get old, my kids gonna teach me stuff because times change. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you need that.
I think you can learn from your children, but from our parents in their time, they feel like it's their way. We don't know nothing. They know it all. And eventually they shut us out and the cycle continues. So my next question is, in what way are you breaking generational curses while raising your own kids?
I see like the little things. So, like, for example, I was in the studio. I was here actually 2-3 days ago with Mason, and he's watching TV. You know what I'm saying? He's watching TV while I'm editing, and he spilled some soda. And as soon as I seen it, he's like scared, and I'm like, what? He's like, "I'm so sorry, I'm so," and I'm like, "Ah, it was an accident. Like, accidents do happen." You know what I'm saying? But yet we're so programmed that if something like that happens, you screaming at the kid, or you you quick to give him a little pop out on the hand or whatever the case may be, that's how they react. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm trying to teach him like it's okay to make mistakes. You just gotta learn from it. You know what I'm saying? And Mason, I feel like he's really like in his own little world where he like so for example, if his shoes are right there and I'm like, yo, put your shoes on, he's like, Dad, I can't find them. So I'm trying to get him to more like be aware of his surroundings, look around. Like I never had no one to tell me that. I never had nobody teach me about credit, about anything, about watching these people in the projects, watching my back. I've never had no one to do that. I've had to learn all that by myself and my friends that were around me that were more
advanced
than me. You know what I'm saying? I've never had. I think I learned how to tie my shoes when I was like 8. Like you know what I'm saying? I've never. Everything was always like
late blooming.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. But I've never had someone like instead of teaching me how to tie my shoes, they'll just put my shoes on.
Okay, I see.
You know what I'm saying? So
they
I've
didn't
never
teach you independence.
Exactly. So everything was more like, oh, we getting ready, get me ready type of thing. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm trying to teach my son like, nah, you got to learn. You know what I'm saying? He's about to be 10 in like 2 years. So
what's the relationship like with the two moms of your children?
My first baby mother, is just a horrible relationship. I try and I try and I try, and it's like it's always an argument. There's always something. She like discredits me. She I don't even know. Honestly, I think I just broke her heart too much. I never came back home, so she's still a little butthurt over that. But yeah, man. My second baby mother, I could say that right now at this moment, we are co-parenting really well. You know what I'm saying? There's still a lot of feelings there. So we just doing the best we can right now to get through what we got to get through.
Okay. Do either one of them have you on child support?
I put myself on child support for both my kids.
Oh wow, let's dive into that. What made you want to go that route?
So for my first son, I always say Mason and his mother taught me all my lessons. Not all of them, but you know what I'm saying? They taught me like the ground rules about having kids with someone that you're not going to be with. The moment his mother found out that I was talking to my second baby mother, she kept Mason away from me for 2 months out of spite. And
I hate that.
I went to court. I went to the child support office because I didn't know how it worked. So I'm like, I'll pay what I got to pay right now to get my kid. And they're like, no, you gotta file paperwork. You gotta take her to court. Then you gotta wait for the court date. Then it's a process. It's like damn. So there's nothing there's literally nothing you can do during that process. Like there's nothing you can do. So you just gotta you gotta do everything strategic. Like so. I call her. She was, writing on Facebook, telling everybody that I don't do anything for my son financially, emotionally, physically, whatever, the whole nine. So I'm like, yo, this enough is enough. I went to court. I did the paperwork that I had to do. I put myself on child support, and I applied for joint custody, and I was granted both. And honestly, I gotta thank God for having my mom in my life because my dad's a hothead, and that's where I get my hothead stuff from. But then my mom's a logical thinker sometimes. And so in court, when I'm getting all heated and stuff, I remember everything that, you know what I'm saying, like stay cool, calm, collective. You end up making the other person look like they make themselves look like the fool. Because when you're cool, calm, collective, you're carrying yourself good, and the person next to you is spazzing out, has no self-control, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of self-explanatory. So as far as my second son, because of that, as soon as we broke up, nothing towards her at all, but before you could even get that option to keep my son away from me when you get angry,
you beat her to it.
Let's just go to court.
Yeah.
I put myself on child support, you know what I'm saying? And there was some other issues, you know what I'm saying? Because at that time we were just breaking up, so there was some other issues too. But long story short, I put myself on child support, and I got my joint custody for both my kids. So the days I gotta get them is the days I gotta get them. There's nothing you can say or do. I don't care how mad you get. Have my baby ready at this time.
And you stick to the schedule.
Yeah.
And how long has that been going on? The child support, the whole schedule process.
Mason, I've been getting Mason since he was a baby, like every weekend. How
old was he when you guys broke up?
Like one, it was right after he was, yeah. And I was so was so dumb and young that I tried everything to save that relationship because I couldn't stomach the fact of another man raising my kid. So I proposed to this girl at her prom. Like, she got nothing because it wasn't even worth it. Like, I paid the DJ like $20. Like, you'll play our song. Like, all her friends came around, got on my knee. I put the ring on the wrong finger. That's probably why we didn't last. And
Oh my God.
and you know what I'm saying, just the whole nine, trying to save that relationship.
Yeah.
And it ended me getting arrested. And God got me, man. Like, I swear, because I got arrested, and out of all cops in the world, out of all people in the universe, the cop that came was somebody that I trained as a security guard like 2 years prior. So it was like he seen me and he was like, dude, what the fuck you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, gave me one of those, like, yo, what you doing? And like, he gave me a misdemeanor, and it could have been way worse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It could have been way worse because other things had, like, I pulled up to her house for issues because I was tired of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I was wilding. You know what I'm saying? I came out of character. I let her get me out of character, but I needed that because that woke me up. And then when it came to the second relationship and when we broke up, there's a lot of things that I felt like doing that I didn't, because I'm like, yo, bro, you can't get arrested. Like, you can't, like you learned your lesson already. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah.
Oh, well, so altogether, do you think that it's idealistic for fathers to just go put themselves on child support, or what is your whole logic behind it?
I would go. It's really hard because I know there's certain people that are like that can come to an agreement. Like, yo, listen, this really ain't working out. Let's do this. Let's do that. But even that, you're not gonna tell me y'all just breaking up and there's no feelings. So as soon as she gets a man or you get a girl, somebody gonna get petty, and it just. I avoid everything. Like we got a child together, we breaking up. Let's handle it through the court. You can't say I don't pay what I pay. You can't say I don't pick him up the days, because it's literally court documented. You know what I'm saying? So you can talk all you want on Facebook, but in all reality, I do what I got to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So tell me, how is you raising your kids different from how your mom raised you? Or are there any similarities?
Um, again, I bring this back to when my son spilled the soda. My mother would have spazzed on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, my dad, anybody around me probably would have spazzed on me. I never got that, like, that soft love, even from my mother. My mother didn't allow any excuses growing up. Any excuses. It's crazy. You would think that my dad would be the harder one. My dad was getting so much money, he didn't even care what I did. He didn't even care what time I came home. So I was like, what, 6, 7 years old in the projects in Bristol, just running around like a baby kid, freaking jumping off roofs and throwing rocks at people's windows, playing ding dong ditch, capture the flag. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
No structure.
no structure. So like I said, I always say I took a little bit from my father and I took a little bit from my mother, and I feel like I made the best version of both of them. You know what I'm saying? So now my son, like me keeping Mason like woke, like yo, look, watch your surroundings. I feel like that's a little bit what I took from my father's side. Not even him necessarily, just the way I was brought up over there. And then, the stuff that my mom, I try to keep him, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Mason, do the right thing, do this, that, the other. And like I said, I just put them both together.
Okay. What are some of the morals that you instill in Mason? Because I know Elias is just baby, so.
Yeah, Elias is my baby. With Mason, I just want him to be truthful, you know what I'm saying? Like, Mason is very, like, hyperactive, and he's so, like, on go. I'm trying to instill, like, again, I'm the same way. So, like, even me, I'm working on my impulse. You know what I'm saying? And my impulse is what got me in trouble, like, a lot in my life. And I think everybody needs that. I think everybody needs that, like, driven in them. Like, yo, listen, it's okay to take your time to respond back. It's okay to you know what I'm saying? Just in general, just relax. Do it the right way instead of the wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because the wrong way, it's going to cost you more in the long run.
And you'll end back up at the starting line.
Yeah, and then you got to do it all over. Instead of just doing it right the first time, you get it over with. And, you know, right now I'm going through a situation with Mason to where he's getting bullied in school. and it's been a lot of back and forth with that, like, and it's crazy because the bullying now, like, I don't remember getting bullied like that in kindergarten or first grade.
I
Like,
don't remember it either. I feel
and
like
if you
it's
hear
more
the
prevalent
story,
now.
it's like 3-4 kids,
Yeah.
like on one, and it's you know what I'm saying? Because Mason, he was raised as the only kid for a long time, so all he knows is love. All he knows is like cuddly, and he don't know what fighting is. He don't know violence or anything like that.
Yeah.
So like if somebody pushes, well, when he was younger, somebody pushes him, he's gonna try to give them a hug.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now he knows like, oh, they're being mean to me. So like,
I gotta
and
defend
it's
myself.
hard. It's hard. It's hard like getting that call or even hearing that, because it's like, what, you telling me 4 kids pushed my kid? And like, it's like, where the teachers, where the principals, where the security, like what's going on? And I work in a school, so I'm like it's just, it's crazy. It's mind blowing. I ain't gonna lie.
So when he got bullied, because you said he got bullied, right?
Yeah.
So when it
Yeah.
happened to him, let's be honest. Like, this is me you're talking to.
Yeah.
Was it like, where's the teachers, or was like, where are those kids? Because I'll be honest, my initial thought when I found out Dakota got bullied, where's the kid? Where's the mom? I need to talk to her right now.
I ain't gonna lie. My first, cause I heard the severity of it. Like, they ripped off his glasses, threw him on the floor,
Yeah.
pushed him against a locker, and I'm like, dude, my kid is 8 years old. I'm like, what? So like, literally, my first initial was like, it's like, I want to go pick up my nieces and nephews to go help home.
It's
Like,
go time.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause again, but then I've been in the school system for a while. I worked through stuff like this. I've seen kids get bullied. I've seen the same kids that bully become best friends with the person that they bullying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So initially, you know, I had that reaction, but you know, I went to the school. I had a meeting with the principal. We had a very good meeting. You know what I'm saying? We came up, like, talked about the consequences that the other kids you know, received. I told him, like, listen, this is an ongoing thing. So eventually, like, that consequence is not working.
Right.
So like, now we got to get the parents involved. We got to do what we got to do to make sure that my baby is not going through this. You know what I'm saying? This is real life stuff that he's going through in 2nd, 3rd grade.
And kids kill themselves.
Yeah.
When they get bullied.
Or even that. What if he reacts when he goes to like, what if he brings a weapon to school?
Exactly.
Can you blame him? That was my thing with the principal. Like, listen, I understand you doing the best you could do to your advantage, but at the end of the day, this is still going on, and my son better not get a consequence when he because it's him against 3-4 kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like, what helped me out is that his mother took the different approach.
How did she react? Tell me.
His mother, I guess, pulled up to the school with Mason, went right into school and asked him to point out the kids that he was having an issue with. Once he did that, she confronted the kids as if they were adults and as if they could understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, these kids bully my kid, but at the same time, like,
They're kids too.
They're kids too. You know what I'm saying? Like you're a whole adult coming up to, you know what I'm saying? And like, that's traumatizing too. Like how did that kid feel now? Like, or how does his parents, like, another parent was allowed to get into the school and confront my kid? You know what I'm saying? So she just went about it the wrong way, and now she's not even allowed to, like, walk into the school.
She's banned from the school.
Like, she can't even go to the lobby. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, we have to be parents. You know what I'm saying?
We have
like,
to think.
yeah, we can't, like, there's a time and place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if there was some kids on the block that was bullying Mason, all right, you come over, like, yo, whoever's bothering my kid, stop.
Yeah.
I feel like that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Or find their parents, that's okay. But in a school setting, girl, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big no-no. Like, that's why when I went over there, put on my Harvard voice, you know what I'm saying, State Farm voice, and I just let them know, like, you know what I'm saying, like this is Dad. If there's any problems, call me, email me, like, the whole nine.
Well, I'm sure they were more receptive to that behavior.
Oh yeah, even to the point that it's crazy. Like 2 days ago, he just got bullied again, or like
Nice.
Monday he got bullied again. I got the text message while I was at work, and it was a text from the voicemail. Like, you know, when the voicemail don't go through, they send you a text.
Yeah.
So all I see, and it doesn't say like word for word, but all I see is Mason bullied or pushed in the cafeteria, and I'm like, bro, again? I'm like, bro, we just had this meeting. So I leave the class that I'm working in. I call the school. Me and the principal have a good talk again, And half of it ended up being Mason's fault. So I said, all right, so when Mason comes this weekend, he'll get a punishment for that, whether it's getting Fortnite taken away or whether it's him not using his cell phone. Like, he'll get the punishment for that.
So
Like,
you don't believe in physical discipline?
No.
Me neither.
No.
It's not effective. To me, it's not.
No, I never. To be honest, I feel like, and I don't want to say this the wrong way, but I feel like I gave more like slaps on the hand when they were little.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Pow pow.
Yeah. Little pop-outs when they were little, to the point that now
they know.
Now they know. I just gotta give him the look, like Mason. And like another thing, I talk to Mason, so I don't even gotta come out of my voice. I could literally just look at him like, Mason, and he's like, all right, I'm sorry, Dad. Like, I don't even gotta get aggressive with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just knows like he did something wrong, and he gotta fix it. But yeah. So the principal called me, and I guess never called his mom. So, and I could see why she's upset too, but she calls me yesterday. She's blowing up my phone, and mind you, my son is allergic to everything, like peanuts, and like it's like it's bad.
Really?
Yeah. So if I get more than one call from Mason, I'm like expecting the worst. You know what I'm saying? So I call her back, and I'm like, yo, what's up? Like what's going on? And she's like, they called you first, and I'm like, Destiny, I am his father, and she's like, know your place. She told me, know your place. You get your kid on Saturday and Sunday. You know what I said?
What?
I said, you're wrong. I get him on Friday till Sunday. So
Click.
At the end of the day, bro, I'm his father.
Yes.
I have the right to know exactly what you know. She thinks that she's more of a parent than me because she gets him Monday through Thursday. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of mothers think like that. They think like, when in all reality, you got a man that's trying.
Exactly. Give
You know
credit to
what I'm
the
saying?
man that's due.
Yeah, like you got a man, bro. My son adores me, and I adore him. Like, I worked hard for that relationship, bro. When my son was like 3, 4, I remember picking him up and buckling him in, and as I'm buckling him in, she's right next to me over my ear, like literally talking like junk, like, you know what I'm saying, like
bashing you in front of your son.
I'm not shit. Your father doesn't love you. Even now, let's say like I just started working, you know, I do the camera work, so
Yeah.
you know, I've been a little bit independent with the camera stuff for about 2 years. I just got back into the school system, just started working again. And so now on Fridays I gotta pick him up at 4, but by the time I get to him it's like 4:30. The first time I was late to pick him up, and I'm gonna just tell Mason that you don't care for him, and that there's no point in you picking him up. Like, dude, I'm 20 minutes late. I'm 30 minutes. Like, it's just always the most. I feel like it's never like, you know what I'm saying? And God forbid I wasn't a father. God forbid I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? What would you be saying?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't even try to like, and I've explained this more than once. Dude, she has a whole nother kid with a whole nother dude that she's with. And I don't talk junk about like her kid, none of that. Bro, my son that was just born, my 2-year-old that was just born, I texted her like, hey, you think you can drop off Mason so he can meet his baby brother? She literally wrote me, how dare you ask me some dumb crap like that? I hope your son dies in his sleep tonight.
That's disgusting behavior.
You feel me?
That's
and like,
horrible.
And like, I remember writing a whole paragraph about her daughter, just off reaction.
Yeah.
Wrote a whole paragraph, and then I looked at it and I'm like, bro, I'm talking about a little girl.
And you deleted it.
And I deleted it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because like how
keep the kids out of it.
It's so crazy to me. And like you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't take nothing away from her nor her man. Like, bro, her man, that's been the dude that she's been with since not the only dude that she's been with, but that's been her main choice since we separated.
Yeah.
They had a kid together. I don't be in none of their business.
Right.
I don't got no problem with the dude. If anything, thank you, because without you, I feel like without the man that she's with right now, or the boy, right? Without him, she would be more crazier than what she already is.
So you give credit to the boyfriend.
Yeah, like the dude's a solid dude. I think he plays video games all day. I mean, but that's none of my business. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm not looking for problems. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
you want peace.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like, y'all do y'all thing. Let me get my son. We do our thing, and that's it. Keep it at that. Like,
So I have to ask, do you think she's still in love with you?
Um. So here's what I say about that. You know what I'm saying? So after I ended up being with the second baby mom, she ended up pregnant with his my first baby mom, the one that we were just talking about. She ended up pregnant with that guy's daughter. She was about 4 or 5 months. She called me crying, hysterically crying. Um, I don't want to be with this dude no more. I'm so sorry. Like, I can't believe I'm pregnant off of him. This guy don't take me nowhere. The whole nine.
Mm.
You feel me? Like saying that her mom agreed with her that whatever, he's a piece of shit. He don't do nothing. Long story short, I kept it as cool as I can. I said, because she was used to me running back every time she called me. So that time I said, listen, it's a little bit too far now. You know what I'm saying? You about to give birth to another kid. We just got to co-parent as best as we can. And after I told her that, she's hated me for the rest of her life. So I don't know if she's still in love with me. I don't know if it's hatred because,
Or you're the one that got away?
yeah, thank God. I swear to God. Thank God. That was the best thing I've ever done.
Oh my gosh. Well, okay, so then let's switch gears for a second. What's dating like as a single father of two beautiful children?
I don't date.
You don't date? How come? You seem like a pretty stand-up guy.
No, I don't date. I feel like my last relationship fucked me up a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Me and that girl, we've been through a lot together. And I feel like I'm not emotionally there yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the type of person. I see people break up and then they're like in love
Instantly.
in like 2 months, 2 weeks, 3 months. I can't do that.
No.
Like my love is different. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a family man. I like doing shit. I like traveling. Like, I can't do that with everyone. You know what I'm saying?
Your
Like,
love is rare and unconditional.
yeah, you can't give that to everybody. I got love for a lot of people. I
Yeah.
got love. Like, I don't want nothing to happen to you. Like, yeah, I hope the best for you. Even my first baby mom, even though I feel how I feel about her, I would never want nothing to happen to her because at the end of the day, that's going to hurt my son. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah, that's no dating for me. I'm all set.
Okay, well, if you were to date, hypothetically speaking, what qualities would that female have to have in order for you to take her seriously?
Um, I'm very, very, very attracted to beauty. So, like, that'll be the first thing. But your mind gotta match like your face. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of beautiful girls out here that's all they have to offer. You know what I'm saying? They're just beautiful and that's it. Like, as soon as, and I'm a very like, I like saying like little jokes here and there. So if I do a little curveball and you don't get it, I'm like, ugh.
Airhead.
I'm like, she's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. Like, you won't even get me in the mood. Like, I swear. No.
So you like women with substance?
Yeah. I like independent, strong women, you know what I'm saying? Not like army strong, but strong in the mind.
I love that. Any race preference or?
We're not gonna say that.
No, we're not gonna... We can edit that out.
Nah, we good. You can leave that in.
Oh my gosh. So tell me, are there any mistakes that you have made thus far in your parenting journey that you wish, if you could, go back in time and change?
I feel like if I could go back and change, I would have all my kids with one person. I feel like I would wait. But again, that goes back to like my parents, and I never had no one be like, it's very important to wear a condom. It's very important.
Oh, no one taught you about sex?
Nah.
So you just figured it out by just winging it?
Just, you know what I'm saying? Doing the deed. Like, I just had to find out. Pretty good at it, so, yeah.
If your boys, when your boys are older and when they start dating and things like that, how do you feel about them dating the same sex?
Damn. So,
because the LGBTQIA is really like relevant, prevalent in today's time, and
yeah.
I'm just curious.
I got a family that's that goes the opposite way, and like it's all love and respect and stuff like that. And I wouldn't say that I would hate. Honestly, I was preparing it for one of my kids. because he never gave me a clue to what he liked. Or like, to be honest, both my kids are way too young to even be thinking about if they like boys or girls or whatever the case may be. But my oldest son, for the longest, he never showed any attraction to neither sex. Like, Mason's just happy, like, about life, like, you know what I'm saying. And then one day we were at a diner, and he's like, Dad, I gotta tell you something. And I'm like, oh God, here we go. And he's like, I got a crush on someone. And I'm like, fuck. Right? So I'm getting prepared. I'm like, tell me more about them. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying he or her, I'm like, tell me more about them. And he goes, she's black. And I'm like, that's my son. You feel me? And then I'm like, so like I dodged the bullet there, but I don't think I'll treat it. I think it'll take a lot to get used to, but I'm like I said, I'm very easy to communicate. I know people like what they like, you know what I'm saying? Even though like those are my kids, they're gonna have two different personalities than me. They're gonna have two separate lives, and as long as they're happy in their life, like, I'm gonna be happy.
Okay. So my next question is, if they brought home somebody that you didn't necessarily approve of, how would you react? Would you tell them, or would you let them experience the relationship and let it blow up in their face?
I'm gonna always keep it a buck with my kids. I'm gonna always tell them what I think, but I'm never gonna try to control them. I'm never gonna say, yo, you gotta get rid of that girl right now. I'm never gonna try to, like, cause at the end of the day, like, not only are they gonna do what they want to do, but then that thought is always gonna be there. Like it'll come up in an argument. So like, for example, even with my sisters, I fought my sister's baby father before.
Really?
Yeah, and then 2 days later, the bitch moved with him to Georgia. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've learned not to get involved in, like, even with my kids, when they get to that age, listen, you know my thought on her, you know what I'm saying? But as far as that, like, if you want to continue with that, you got to continue with that, you know what I'm saying?
Even if you felt like the relationship was like literally, visually, from your standpoint, destroying them, you still wouldn't speak up?
It's just that you're gonna create hate. You gonna somebody you gonna give somebody a reason. So if I say something to one of my kids about, yo, I don't like this girl, whatever, would they ever feel safe bringing any other?
Oh, okay, I see.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
It'll cause a barrier.
yeah, like I'm gonna tell you what I think about the person. I'm gonna tell you like my advice, but as far as like dragging you out of a relationship, like,
No.
I can't do it.
Okay, understood. When Mason gets older, since he's the oldest, he's going to do everything before the baby. When he gets older and he wants to party and hang out and things like that, how are you going to prepare him for that? Are you going to be honest with him about how your past was and the things that you've done that weren't so great?
What age we talking about?
We could talk about teenage fluff.
No, I'm talking about as far as Mason. Like,
Well,
what
I
age,
mean,
what age
teenagers start going out at what, 16? Yeah, 16.
I think I'll have certain rules. You know what I'm saying? Like, be home at a certain time. Don't do drugs. You know what I'm saying? Say no to boys. I think I'll have certain rules. I'm not gonna keep him like sheltered like how my mom did, because I knew what that was like. I was itching to be outside.
It's like a caged animal.
Well, my dad would pick me up, and as soon as he opened the door, I'm outside. Like, I'm outside with my friends. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I would never do that. But I don't know about telling them about my past until they're like in their 20s. You know what I'm saying? Until like we're on a friendship level, because you got to keep that barrier between your kids, like friends and parent. You know what I'm saying? Okay,
so that brings me to my next question. Do you think that kids and parents can be friends? Should they?
I think so. Like right now, like I told you about the stuff that me and my dad went through, but right now I'm 28. The dude, he probably like in his late 40s. The dude, he called me for relationship advice now. You know what I'm saying? So like, and we talk like friends, and I like, you know what I'm saying. So I think at a certain age, you know what I'm saying, at a certain age, you guys can be friends. It's definitely good for them to feel like you're a friend growing up, but like, you always gotta keep that strong barrier. Like, yo, I'm still your pops. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like I feel like friends to a kid. Like, for example, Mason would ask me to sit in the front to go to the store. Like when we're driving, yeah. Dad, can I sit in the front seat with you? And like him being there listening to music with me, I feel like that. He's like, yeah, this is my like he feels right there, like the friendship. But then when I'm like, all right, get in the back and put your seatbelt on, you know what I'm saying? That's like he knows like I'm dad. Like if I could tell him something and he's gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah.
How do you feel about kids swearing?
Kids swearing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's disgusting. Honestly, I think a lot of people like laugh at it or find it
It's not
cute.
funny.
I never like my son doesn't swear. At least not around me. I
Right.
don't want to be one of those parents like my kid never does
Yeah.
anything because you know what I'm saying. Like I know he's not an angel, but he don't curse around me, and I would never tell my son like, yo, say this, and then have everybody laugh at it. No, I won't do that.
Good. I like to hear that.
Yeah.
What do you love most about your children, individually and collectively?
Um, Mason, I love how he like the sky's the limit with him. Like he sees everything that I do on the production side, and he sees every. You ask most kids what would they want to be when they grow up, and they gonna say a cop or a firefighter or a vet. Like at least that's what we said growing up. That would be our answers. You know what I'm saying? You ask Mason what he wants to be, he's gonna tell you a voice actor. You know what I'm saying? That's not a regular. He knows that the sky's the limit for him. He knows that that's a possibility. He knows that I'm around that type of stuff, and he knows that if he gets older and that's what he wants to do, he could take that route. It's not impossible. You know what I'm saying? So I love how he don't see no limits. Mason could do anything he wants in his eyes. You know what I'm saying? As far as the baby, Elias, man, that kid owns my heart, and I feel like it's a different type of. I feel like Mason was the kid to teach me how to become a parent, and they got two different sides of me. They got two different love. You know what I'm saying? Like Mason grew up with me. Like you know what I'm saying? He grew up with me. He was patient with me. There's times that I was crying and Mason came to rub my back. You know what I'm saying? Like there was nobody there but Mason, and Mason's like, "Dad, you okay? Dad, you okay?" The baby, I kind of like. I'm 28 now. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he can't see that side of me, or even if he did, he wouldn't understand it. You know what I'm saying? He's a baby, but the baby's just so like, I don't know, he's just perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I prayed for him, so it's like that's my little, you know what I'm saying, my little angel, low key.
That's beautiful. I love the way you put that.
Yeah.
How about social media? Do you let Mason have social media yet? Because let's be honest, it's starting younger and younger. How do you feel about social media and children?
I don't think it's a bad thing if it's monetized. My son does not have social media. The most he has is like Roadblocks and Fortnite. Even that you got to be on top of because there's grown men, you know, trying to contact kids on Fortnite and and Roblox and stuff like that. So I just keep a close eye on him whenever but again, Mason knows if he gets a friend request or something, he'll be like, "Dad, look," and I'll be like, "No, did not." And like he'll do it. He won't try to be sneaky and save it for later. Like he genuinely like he listens to me. Like when I tell him to do something, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think kids belong on social. There's so much, and I've had to take Mason off of YouTube because he'll be watching reels. Now YouTube has reels.
Right.
And he'll watch reels, and then I'll hear a curse word, and I'm like, Mason, what are you watching? And he's like, YouTube, Dad, and it'll be some inappropriate things, or like he'll even find like evil things, and like for some reason Mason loves watching evil things, like scary skits and scary, he likes watching them, but then he'll run to the bathroom if the light is off, like you know what I'm saying, like he'll be too scared. So it's like I don't understand it, like, but yeah, no social media for my kids.
Understood. Well, what age do you think you'll start letting him get on social media? What age do you feel like it's appropriate for a child to be on social media?
I think like 14, 15. I think.
High school, okay.
Yeah, I think like freshman, you know, 8th grade, freshman right there. But again, it just got to be monetized. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to watch what these kids be doing because these kids.
They're worse than our generation.
They're crazy.
Yeah, they test the waters way more than I ever would have.
Yeah, we actually had one of our students today call the school and make a active shooter threat. Jesus. So even and that kid, you know what I'm saying? He's not even social media, but just having a phone, kids just do crazy things, man. And like,
they do dumb shit.
They don't understand the severity of it. You know what I'm saying? We were on lockdown for what, 3 hours? My freaking DoorDash driver had to leave my food outside in the cold. I wasn't able to eat it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, dude, you messed up my whole morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of our mornings, yeah.
No fear of nothing. That's what it is, essentially. But since you mentioned the whole falsified active shooter call, I was going to talk to you about, shooting in schools and things like that. Did you talk to Mason about that? How did you get him prepared for if that was to happen? Do you think there's any way to get kids prepared for that?
I just really think that you gotta talk to the school. You know what I'm saying? Like, see what their plan is. See how level headed everyone is over there. Cause not every school has good staff. You know what I'm saying? Not every school has a good principal. Not every school has a good lunch lady, security. You know what I'm saying? Some of these people are careless, especially in this time.
Yeah.
Remember back then, like, teachers would go the extra mile. They'll call your house after hours. They'll do the most to make sure that we good. Now, I feel like these teachers just come for a paycheck and they be out. You know what I'm saying? Especially since I work in the school system.
So you know firsthand.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But then you see like, there's still people there that love their job, but it goes hand in hand. So I feel like, for the most part, because that type of stuff's out of your control. If there's an active shooter, we would love to run up in there, go grab something and run up in there and take care of ours. But realistically, you have to trust law enforcement. You got to trust the school.
Yeah.
You have to trust it. And then if you try to intervene with it, you could make it worse. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Okay, understood. Are you an affectionate father, and do you think it's important for fathers to be as affectionate with their sons like moms are with their sons and daughters?
I don't care how affectionate. I don't care how, like, I give them kisses all over the face. I love my babies. I'll do it in public. I'll do it in private. I don't care. Both my kids. I'll catch myself giving more kisses to the baby, I feel like, because he's a baby. So then I'll look at Mason and he'll be looking at us and I'll just run over and give him a couple kisses too, you know what I'm saying? And he'll try to act like, ew, get off me, but he loves it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think it is important because, again, like I said, my dad never gave me that. He didn't give me a lot emotionally, you know what I'm saying? My dad was just there with the finances. Like, he was always a hustler, so he was always there with the finances. Everything else he lacked, you know what I'm saying? And I can't even blame him now that I'm older because it's how he was brought up. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother was an alcoholic. His father wasn't really there. So, like, can I really blame someone that wasn't given the proper tools? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm looking at it and, like, my dad didn't give me the proper tools. So it goes hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, understood. Well said. What do you love most about being a father?
I think my favorite thing about being a father is being called dad. Cause like Mason, now that he's older, he said he like is dad. Like now before he called me like dada or like daddy. It was daddy, but the older he gets, he's like dad, and I'm like what the fuck? Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? It's daddy to you. You know what I'm saying? But then the baby comes out and his first word is dada, and I'm like, oh my god, like it's just so cute. I love it.
I want to talk about you a little bit more before we wrap. You said that some of your dreams, hopes, and aspirations were a little not put at a halt, but hindered a bit.
Yeah.
What are some of the ways you got back to that place to follow those dreams and goals and pick up where you left off?
I felt like when I got into my second relationship, she helped me a lot. Like, she helped me, like, with maintaining my kids. Like, when I traveled, like, I traveled a lot, like, L.A., Miami, Atlanta. And, like, she was always there to, like, just, you know, be my helping hand. If she had to come with me, if the kids had to come, she'd come and she'd help me with the kids over there. Or the kid. At the time, we didn't have two of them. She's helping me with Mason, and Mason's not even hers. You know what I'm saying? She got with me when Mason was 2, turning 3. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But even after that, I come to a realization that I can't, like, I tell them, like, listen, I got to do this day. I always give them the option. Like, I always give them the option. Like, yo, can you stay with them? And, like, we could switch days or whatever, but I got to get this done. I got to be out of town. If you say no, that's fine. I just got to pay for a babysitter. If you say yes, then great. Thank you. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But I had to find that. Because I was so afraid to be called a bad dad on social media. I'm not going to lie. Because, like, I would get bashed constantly, like, and I love my kids. So it's like I was so worried about what other people would think about me. And in all reality, like, if you look at my social, and I know it's not all social media, but if you're around me, like, you know what I'm saying? If you're around me, my kids, the way they act is gonna tell you how they feel about me. You know what I'm
They
saying?
love you.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Obviously, you're a great father based on everything that you told me thus far. So the love that you give to your kids constantly, do you feel a type of way when you give it to them and you feel like, damn, I didn't get that? Does it make you feel some type of way?
Yeah. You know, my kids got it good, man. My kids got it good. Like I said, I grew up going house to house. I wouldn't even be able to see my mother. My mother had 3 jobs. So in order to see her, I would have to stay up to 3 o'clock in the morning. And I see her rushing, pee real quick, get something to eat, and then she's changing into her next uniform to go to her next job. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, growing up, me and my mother were cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was like that sucked. Then I grew up really like my sisters raising me. My oldest sister I had to eat TV dinners like every day after school, Salisbury steak with mashed potatoes, all microwaved. You know what I'm saying? Um, as far as my dad, I felt like he was so into the money and the woman that he never like slowed down and like really had a. My father never had a conversation with me as a kid, and I can't even. I'm not talking about like talking to me. I'm talking about sitting down. Like, bro, me and Mason, we sit down and we have conversations. Like I'll tell, like Mason knows how I feel about him. Mason knows that I got his back through everything. Mason know even when it comes to bullying, I sit him down. Like, Mason, this is not okay. You gotta stick up. Like, me and him have full blown as if he was an adult. You know what I'm saying? To a certain extent. It's not. I'm not saying nothing crazy, but we have those conversations. You know what I'm saying? I never got that from my dad. My dad had me working at the flea market when I was 7 years old, selling CDs and pornos. You know what I'm saying? And that's the harsh reality. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to go through that. I had to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to pack the van with the tent and all the merchandise and be at the flea market in the cold, and that was normal to him. You know what I'm saying? I remember my dad telling my sister, "Oh, before you eat, we gotta make some money. Like, we gotta." Like, bro, my sister 5 years old. Why she gotta wait until you make money at the flea market? Meanwhile, you got a pocket full of bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that selfishness that he never understood. Like, and I don't know if it's because he's from the island, cause they got a certain way of thinking. Like you said, like the their way or the highway, and like the people from the island especially, like they so on culture and they so. So I don't know if it's with the island or just him not having a father, and it came over to me. I really don't know what it was, but growing up, that man was selfish. I remember watching him order Chinese food for him and his girl at the time, and then telling her to make me and my sister hot dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, we ate, but it's like we never had. Bro, my son eating good before me. My Mason tell me what he want to eat, I'm buying it, or I'm making it, or you know what I'm saying? Like they have that luxury. You know what I'm saying? They have that, and they don't even know. They don't even know. And then me, when I was that age, I didn't know that what was happening, what was wrong. You know what I'm saying? My dad done stopped somewhere to get food and ate in front of me and my sister, and we over there looking over his shoulder like, what's that? You know what I'm saying? And like, it's just greedy. You know what I'm saying? It's just greedy. And when you're young, you don't know how to put that into words. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how to, and like, even if you did, who you saying that to? You gonna tell your dad that he's selfish and he's greedy when you're 7 years old? Are you're not even gonna be taken serious? You gonna get hit most likely. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? The dude took me to Puerto Rico every summer, but that vacation wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? He would take me to Puerto Rico and leave me at his grandmother's house. I'm over here watching the clock tick in Puerto Rico, you know what I'm saying, while he's out having a grand old time. Meanwhile, I'm over here taking my son to Disney World. You know what I'm saying? I never got that. That was my first time going to Disney World. We both had fun there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like a kid, but like, damn, why I couldn't have that as a kid? Why I couldn't live a childhood like as a kid? You feel me? And like, that was a lot.
I'm sorry you went through that.
Thank you.
But despite what you went through, I feel like it's turned you into a phenomenal father.
Thank you.
And I know your kids are proud to call you Dada and Dad.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed this interview, Fluff.
I did too.
I feel like I got to know you on such a deeper level, and I like what I heard. I really
Thank
did.
you.
But I do have one more question before we wrap.
So,
Tell me 5 things that you feel make up a good father.
I heard everybody answer this question, but I want to do it different. A lot of great fathers, though. A lot of great fathers and mothers sat in this chair, and they've said a lot of great things. You know what I'm saying? Consistency is a big one. You got to be consistent. Your kids they got to know that. You know what I'm saying? They can count on you. I say bravery. I've seen a lot of parents not do what they were supposed to do or not stick up for their kids out of fear or out of, I'm going to war about my babies. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's a president. I'm going to go to war about my babies. Love. You got to always show that love. You know what I'm saying? I think you need to have some side of you needs to be like gentle. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be that gentle giant for your kids. And I think I'm on my 5th one. I would say respect, because I feel like parents don't think that they have to respect their kids. I feel like parents think like, I'm the parent and that's it. But you gotta respect your kids. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they're people. You know what I'm saying? And they have emotions and they feel like just like you feel. You know what I'm saying? So you want your kids to listen to you. You gotta listen to them. You know what I'm saying? How you know what your kids like, don't like, if you don't tuck them in a certain way at night, like, you know what I'm saying? You need that.
Well said. Well said. Wonderful key points. Well, thank you again for taking out the time to sit down and speak with me today.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. Well, everyone, that's a wrap for Parental Vision. Once again, I'm Tiana Caprice. Until next time. Bye.